Hi dears. Oh. Hi dears. Again, it's Olga here, Fin team. And I'm going today to finish my home decor piece. I called it Lavender Home Decor, the Lavender Decor Home Decor, because it is supposed to be for lavender or any other dried flowers or fresh flowers, and it's supposed to hang in my kitchen room or in our dining room. I'll see a bit later when it's finished. Well, let's start. Hi dears, hi girls. Nice to see you. Оксана, Susanna, привет. Well, the previous life I made such a can. It looks rather old, I think, and today I am going to make a board for it, to hang it on this hook. What I made before my stream, I primed with white gesso, Finnabair gesso, heavy gesso white, Finnabair. I primed the board. It's a wooden board. I primed the board, and I glued my pieces of molds. Here I'm using Herbology set, and I've used from it these small branches. Here they are. Then I'm used elegant borders, and from this set I've used this thin border. Here it is. And I've used Regal findings. The how to call it? Hello dear, hello Nura, hello Iveta. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I don't know. I think it's a moss, maybe. I don't know how to name it correct in English, but I think it's a moss, or if not, please tell me how is it called? How is it named? It's hello April. It's Redesign Prima. I'll show once again. The first one I used Herbology, these small branches, and I arranged them around my hook. Here they are. Then both molds are Redesign Prima. Then I've used borders, elegant borders. I've used only this thin border to frame on the sides and on the bottom. And then I've used Regal Findings. And from this set I've used only one moss, I think. I'm not sure that it's moss. Well, oh, look, here's a second. It's I've used these small flowers to hide my places of connecting. It's my connecting flowers. And I think they look lovely here. Very small flowers here, connecting flowers. I named them. And now I'd like to, before painting, I'd like to prime once more by gesso, especially hook. But before it, I'd like to add some texture using white sand paste by Finnabair. It's white. And it has a sand texture, so when I edit, there will be a rather interesting texture, and I edit by my brush. I'd like to edit just because my hook, I think it's hook, just a bit too, not too much texture, because my cans are rather textured, and so I don't want to have much texture on the board. But in some places it will be nice, I think. I have not very much, randomly in some places, just to add a little texture. It dries quickly, but I will be using heat gun to make this process more quickly. It's sand paste. To some places I add it, and especially in the places where my elements are connected with each other, and near my hook. And I can also add it randomly on the surface to make it more rough, not just by brush, or just by brush, yes. If you want to have a more thicker layer, you can use palette knife, spatula, like this one or like this one. But I'd like to have a thin layer. So I use the brush. It gives me a little texture everywhere. Somewhere it will be thicker, somewhere it will be thin, but in the lower part you can also add texture to the molds to make it more older when they were painting, when they will be painting. I think that's enough, and now we'll dry. Not too much, just a bit, and in the places of connecting I also added. And on the board it gives me some rough surface, not to the moss. I love lavender, and so it's so beautifully it smelled now near me. Well, and now we if you have time, of course, it better to dry naturally, but we are in live stream, in live stream, so I'm drying it by heat gun. Sorry. Just a second. The sand paste. Sorry, dears. I missed the comments. Thank you, my dear, and not to help me with the answers, because I was busy with the sand paste and didn't see the comments. Yes, it's a sand paste. It's white, but it has sand texture. And it gives a beautiful rough texture to your surface. Thank you, dear. Susanna, dear, yes, we just covered the board with the white gesso. Ask me in Russian, I'll be answering you in English. I know you understand me. Let's a bit more. I think about 5 minutes it takes to dry it very well. I don't want to have to create a there are many ways to create a texture. You can use sand paste, you can use mini art stones mixed with gesso, or with any modeling paste, or with even with paint. But I like today not a big texture, because as I've already said, my cans are very textured. just a bit. I'll check that almost ready. Honestly speaking, today is not my day because the morning has begun with the fact my 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 kitten got sick, got ill. I don't know how to say correctly, and we have gone with him to the clinic. Have you got any pets or cats? It's really awful when they are ill. They can't see anything. How to understand? Where is the pain? It's awful. Yes, poor Lisa. My cat's name is Lisa. Lisa in Russian, but in English it means foxy. But he is not red. He is white silver, but so I hate when my cat is ill. Well, okay, 1 minute more. Thank you so much, April. Really, I'm dreaming the pets can speak in human language, just to say us what they want or how they feel. Yes. Hello, Angela. Yes, Claire. Just a second. I'll show you the molds. Well, now it's okay. I combined 3 sets of molds. On the top I used Herbology, small branches. Here they are. Then I used Elegant Borders, the thin border, Elegant Borders, and here they are. And I used Regal Findings. This insect. I combined them, and the places of connection I closed with small flowers from Herbology. From Herbology's set. Well, and now when our paste is dry, it's rather hot now, I prime with white gesso. It's heavy gesso white, Finnabair. Not and now you can see the texture. It will be very gentle, I have to say, but I don't want to make it more visible. Now, very quickly, just to prime all the paste, and of course our hook, because it's looks too new. Here I bought it in the supermarket for home. And white sand helps to hide all the places of connections if they are not if they are not beautiful. A bit, I add a bit water. Just to, I'll show you closer the texture which I received now. And once more, like oh, too much here. I don't prime now very thoroughly, because it was it will be painted, so just to it will be painted by impasta, and impasta paints have a very thick texture, and in general they may serve like gesso too. Oh, now it's okay. I'll show you, but now you can see look closer. Oh, look closer. Hello, hello. Настя, привет. Люся, привет. Hello. Ah, okay, Claire. Nice. Now you know. Huh? So look. Now we have a little texture everywhere, and now we'll dry it again. Sorry, girls, when I'm painting, I don't see the comments and the questions, but please don't hesitate to keep them. Because when I'm drawing, I'm reading the questions. Hello, Patricia. Well, I'll check. I like to get plain but lovely board, not only for a can. You can hang on it anything, for example keys or even towels. No? Okay, it's now almost dry, and now we can begin next step. And the next step is to cover all the piece by impasto paint. I'll be using dark chocolate and burlap. The first layer will be with the dark impasto. And the second layer will be more delicate and light. But the first layer I'd like to make impasto paint is very thick, so it's very good for painting, because for covering it also dark chocolate is one of my favorite color. And here I also use dark chocolate in the first layer. Now our very I add a bit pitch black to make it more cold. Dark chocolate. And now I'd like to by the rather thin layer I cover all the piece. You can add some water. Don't afraid it's so dark, because it will be finally pale and tender. I use the same rather a bit some water again. I cover everything rather thoroughly, all the parts. Beautiful color, yes. It's a mixture of dark chocolate and burlap and pitch black, and it really looks like very dark chocolate. I like to use shades of color, so I, for example, here to add some more pale. And for the hook tool, I'm adding now a thin layer to just to dry it more quickly. A bit left. Such a not interesting part, but it's necessary to cover everything with a mixture of these colors. No need to stick to one shade. In some places it may be more browny, in some places it may be more black, more brown, in some places it may be more black. And of course, the sides. It's it's needed to make sure to cover all the spots here, but if you add too much water, you can swipe off the excesses with a napkin. Now it's okay, because I will be adding the next color here, so only sides left. It's quickly. Wow. And now it's needed to check all the gaps here. Last steps. And the bottom. Sorry, oh, no, that's okay. Now everything is black, is dark chocolate, dark brown, and now I am ready to dry it before a new layer. Look now how it's look. And we have this texture here. I'm removing now the excesses of the paint with my brush, because my brush is rather dry. Well, that's nice, and that's enough. And now let's dry. Hi dear. Hello Elizabeth. Oh, that's nice. Claire. It's really very beautiful mold sets. One of my favorite here. And it's absolutely suitable for any piece of furniture, for boards, for... Oh, look. We'll repair it. For example, boxes for tea bags. Impasta paint is drying very well and very quick. It's a great plus of it because I don't like to dry long. So thank you Impasta for drying quickly. Oh, several minutes and it's almost ready. Let's check. Yes, it's almost ready. Actually, in dark brown, it looks not bad. What do you think? Look, not bad, yes? It depends from the room, I think, and from the other things in the room. Hi, Karita. But I like more light colors, light to bright, and so as for me, it's too dark for me. But I know many people who loves dark colors, and they are very beautiful in their homes. Oh, my friend Anat, I know, love dark colors. Yes, Anat. Well, now it's okay. Oh, hello, Catalin. So sorry if I'm wrong in pronouncing the names. And now I'd like to add light color, and I'd like to add green with I know, I know. on, on that pastel as well. I know. Duck Dusty Rose, your favorite, my dear friend. I know it. And now I'd like to add the second layer. And the second layer will be, sorry girls, 1 minute more. Because I need it really very well dry. Let's check. Good enough. And now I'll take green colors are very good with lavender colors, and the most matching colors here is Victorian green, but I can't find it in my craft room. Can you imagine it? I can't find it. I know exactly that it lays anywhere, but I don't see it. So I'm using now green apple, which is green with yellow, very beautiful color, but a bit it's a bit bright. I'd like it to make more calm, I think. Maybe more old, maybe looking more vintage. So I'm mixing it with burlap. Yes, Victorian green is my love too, but it's hidden. I don't know where. I know that it somewhere here in my room, but look, such beautiful. It's green apple and burlap, the mix of them. And now we'll try. It's now it's light olive, I think. I have and I cover by just all my piece with this color. I can add a bit even white here, and some water. Yes. It will be beautiful in the pair with Dusty Rose and a bit lilac. I add a bit more white to make it more pale. It's a green apple, burlap, and white. Oh, look, yes. don't add too much texture, too much thank you. Hello, Nina. It will be green, yellow, or maybe we can name it light olive. I'm covering now all the pieces, but I don't cover it, how to say it, with the spots. Brown is visible underneath. I want to get the effect if it was painted many times. And so we can see brown underneath and light olive in the upper part, in the upper layer. Now we'll dry it. Let's check with our look. What do you think about the color? Look with the can. Who likes green? Oh, thank you, Claire. Thank you so much. It look. Oh, let's go on. But I think the colors are perfectly matching each other. Let's continue. Now we need to dry. Thank you. Yes. Dry. The layer was thin, and so it's quickly to dry it. And I love that effect when the low, when the low layer is seen through the upper layer. Okay, and now I'd like to thank you so much. And now I'd like to add a bit pattern to the surface using the stencil. Using the stencil and using our black dark chocolate. It's Finnabair stencil, tapestry, and I'd like to add some pattern to the surface using using brown, sorry. It's very beautiful ornament here on the stencil. I add a bit dark chocolate here. Sorry. And I'd like to a bit water here. A second. A bit water here. And I need a sponge. I like to add just some pattern on my a bit black here, or too much. Too much will go away, darling. Go away. Go away. Let's check. Okay. And then like to I need it's Finnabair stencil which I use now, which I used here, and I like to add some pattern with the sponge. In some places. Not everywhere. Make sure to press very well your stencil. I think that's enough. Let's see. Oh, yes. Second one, a bit more here. Let me check. And a bit more here. Now look, we have a beautiful worn texture now. Worn pattern, I think. Using the stencil and the impasto paste. It looks like wallpaper. Old wallpaper, I think. I'd like to add a bit here. Under the hook. Okay. Oh, look. Now it's okay. I added a bit under the hook. It's very important to clean your stencil. Thank you, dear. After this step, so while it's drying, I quickly clean my stencil. Now we'll dry it. So many brushes are already dirty. I'll dry it. Dry it. Now I'm drying it thoroughly. And now it's hot now. Let's check. And to make them, now it's hot now, wait a bit. And I'm using a sand paper or sand box, sand piece, just to smooth it a bit, just to make it. But let's try. Yes. Hi, Antonio. Thank you for joining me. It's hot now. I'm waiting when it becomes of natural temperature. Carrie. Sorry. Nice to meet you. No, it's okay. I need it of natural temperature, and I like to just to how to say it, to make the pattern more pale and more vintage. I'm removing the upper layer with the sand piece. I like to make it more. Dear Anat, help me with the word. I like to make it more old. So I remove the upper layer of the paint now. I don't want it to be so bright, so I'd like to make it more pale with and more worn with the sandpaper. Now it's okay. Oh no, it's not okay. Look, now it's really worn and doesn't look new. Look here. Well, and the next step and almost the last step, distressing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes. Forgot the word. Forgot the word. Yes. I distressed it. Thank you, girls. I'm distressing. Yes. Is it right to pronounce? I don't want it to look new paint. So and now I'll take another sandpaper, more smoothie, and to remove very carefully the upper layer of everything. Make it really old. Oops. And almost the last step. Let us add some shades using liquid acrylics. I'm using avocado green. Oops, too much here, but and ink black. Mix them. To get dark green. A second, I prepare a napkin. Thank you, girls. And to use liquid acrylics. It's Finnabair liquid acrylics. I like to add some shades. Mixing them with the water. And on the edges. Let them flow naturally. We can add a bit black here. Around our ornament. And now you can see the texture which I made in the very beginning using sand paste. Look how it is. You can Now the texture is seen very well. Look here. We dry it a bit. Liquid acrylics underlined the texture and the molds here, make them more visible, more interesting, I think. What I think, girls. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. It looks rather old. Last try. And now the last step is coming. I dry a bit. I'm drying a bit more to make it really dry. Especially the top. Sorry, dears, I'm impatient too, because I know it's very dull to dry, especially to watch drying. But it's needed. And the last step. Thank you so much. And the last step, I'd like to underline some texture with the white matte wax. No, it's a second. Rusty brown, but I need matte metallic, old white. I need old white wax to underline some texture. I'm using it, it goes in tubes, in a tube. And, too much, but I like to underline some texture. I'll be using for it a brush I'm removing the excesses of the wax, of the wax, and just let's adding a bit it has a it serves like a finish. It's really very, very beautiful. And makes the very beautiful vintage effect because it's matte, absolutely naturally white. And I'd like to once more. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Highlights, yes. Thank you, dear. I highlight my pattern, my texture, yes. And I'd like to add it even to the board. Especially in the most look now it became a bit lighter and more attractive to my mind. Look here. Let's dry this layer. If you want to intensify the layer of wax, girls, I think you understand me. I meant that tube. wax, how to correct. If you want to give the next layer, firstly, dry the previous one. Wax. But how to pronounce? Wax. Now it's correct, wax. And now I can add a bit more white on some places. to highlight some places a bit more. Very beautiful that method, really. My insect. Oh, I think that's maybe on the some leaves. Now, to my mind, it and to the background. To my mind, it is becoming more and it's a finishing covering too when it dries perfectly. Look, what do you think? What are you saying? Let's try with our can. Oops. I think it's it looks like I hoping it's seen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Or you can use it for some, not only for flowers, you can use it for some keys or even for towels. I think such a sorry. Yes. It may be used like as one piece, and it may be used like two pieces, a board for a hanger for something and a can for flowers. Well, it's finished. The wax is left, so I make one more layer, and now it's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you for joining me. If the weather will be fine tomorrow, I'll take pictures. Because now it's awfully dark and raining at my place all day long today. And I would like to say that you may use not only lavender, you may use any flowers. For example, look, it will be beautiful with cotton, for example. Oh. Oops. Or during Christmas time with Christmas tree branches, for everything, I think. Yes, it was the previous live. Thank you so much. And yes, it's here in the group. Well, thank you so much, girl. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining me, and I'm going to save now to my live. I've added, I'll add all the products I've used today in my post. Well, sorry, bye bye.